Have you ever told yourself that you would train today, but then you didn't follow through? Or why do I have to watch the same motivational video every single day just to actually get out of bed and go train? I used to have that problem all the time, and it took me way too long to find the solution. But you can resolve this in just 10 minutes. Welcome back to the channel, or just welcome if you're new. The reason you aren't improving isn't because of your tactical understanding or your technical skills themselves. Well, it kind of is, but that's not the root cause of the problem. It's a lack of discipline, motivation, and consistency. Think of it this way. You are a bucket, and your ability as a player is the water inside of it. When you do technical training, or speed and agility training, or study professional players playing in your position, you're adding water into the bucket, making you a better player. However, your bucket has holes, and it's not your fault. We all have them. But our lack of consistency and motivation is creating a leak in the bucket. So even with all the hard work we're putting in, we aren't getting the results we should get from our efforts. So why is it so difficult to get the motivation to go out and actually train? Well, it's because of how our brains are wired. It's our survival instinct. It's in human nature to avoid putting in effort. We try to make our lives as easy as possible. Think about this real quick. Everything humans invent is to make our lives easier or help get things done quicker, which then in turn makes those things easier. Here's an example for you. What's easier than walking to the store to get food? Well, it's driving there. But even that's too hard for us nowadays. So we pay someone to go shop for us and drop it off at our door, or we order in food through delivery drivers. And I know that this is completely different to playing, but all of the principles still carry over to playing too. This is why it can be so difficult to find motivation for training. We're literally fighting against our own instincts. However, there are several ways that we can overcome our instincts and overcome our laziness and lack of motivation. But the most effective strategy I've found is the 10-minute rule, and it's super simple. Just make the commitment to yourself to train for 10 minutes every day. And this sounds ridiculous. How is just 10 minutes of training actually going to make a difference in your performance? Well, first of all, this isn't a one-time commitment. This is a deal you make today that lasts for the rest of your playing career. Yes, in isolation, 10 minutes won't do anything, but it compounds over time. If you add 10 more minutes of training into your life every day for a year, that's an additional 2.5 days of training nonstop without eating, sleeping, or anything else. This means you're getting hundreds of thousands of extra touches, passes, and shots in comparison to what you would have done without making this commitment in the first place. But beyond that, it solves your problem. You can't make excuses anymore. Are you too busy to put in just 10 minutes of work? Are you too tired to do 10 minutes of training? It's a small commitment that everyone can make. It's so easy to find 10 minutes in your day. I mean, it can't be that hard. Just use the 10 minutes you're using right now to watch this video and use that for training. But only if you need to, because I do really appreciate you guys watching the videos. And if you've liked the video so far, please leave a like. It helps me out and it's super easy. Thank you. And the third reason the 10-minute rule is so effective is that it builds discipline, consistency, and momentum. I always had to watch those motivational videos to make me do something because I was lacking in these other areas. The best thing you can do for yourself as a player and as a person is find ways to completely bypass motivation. So that way, no matter how you're feeling, you still get the work done required to reach your goals. And you do this through discipline and momentum. Momentum is one of the strongest forces in life. It's the gas in the tank of your car. Without it, going through life is like pushing your car while it's on empty. Every single step you take is a struggle and a battle. But with just a little bit of gas in the tank, everything in life becomes so much easier. And this is what makes the 10-minute rule so effective. It is designed to capitalize on momentum, so that way you always have gas in the car. The 10-minute rule builds momentum in two ways. First of all, it builds that daily habit of training. Training is like any other habit you want to incorporate in your daily life. The first week or two is the hardest, and every single day feels like such a battle, and that's because you're pushing your car without gas. But once you get that car rolling, it becomes a part of you, your routine, and everything becomes so much easier. The other way it capitalizes on momentum is down to each individual workout. So think about this real quick. If you went to the field to work on your shooting for 10 minutes, how long do you think you would actually stay out there? Just 10 minutes? Maybe 15, 20, 30, 45, an hour? Probably longer. And that's because once you start, it becomes so much easier to continue training. And that is momentum right there. This is the momentum that drives you to work hard in each individual session, as opposed to the momentum which makes you want to train every single day. The goal of this video isn't just to get us to train for 10 more minutes. The goal is to build the habit of training every single day, knowing that it will snowball into training for way more than just 10 minutes a day. But I'm not just gonna leave you with no plan. So here's a weekly schedule that'll tell you what to work on each day of the week. And this is something to help get you started in case you don't know where to begin. Sometimes that's the most difficult part of training, just figuring out what drills and what skills to improve in. Feel free to do more. Just know that I designed this with just 10 minutes in mind. So that's why there's only 1 or maybe 2 skills a day. And that's because you can only do so much in 10 minutes. And also, this is just an example, so feel free to make any tweaks or changes for your specific needs. For example, if you're a wide player, maybe you need extra crossing practice. So if you're already a good dribbler, just take out one of these days that we're dribbling and instead put in more crossing practice. Now the last part of this is to find a way to make it more official. You can either sign a contract to yourself or even just leave a comment in the comments below. Because sometimes we need other people to come in and help hold us accountable, because we often let our standards slip when nobody is watching. That's why it's so much easier to keep your promises and train hard with your friends. You don't want to let them down or get roasted by them. I'll help here a little bit and reply to as many comments as I can, but I'd like you guys to help each other too. Let's help encourage, motivate, and push one another to uphold the promises we've made to ourselves. All I'm asking from you is just 10 minutes of training every single day for a week. And after a week, come back and let me know 2 things. Firstly, how'd you feel after just 1 week of keeping the promises to yourself and training for 10 minutes every day? And then secondly, how much time did you actually train in that week? Because I'm willing to bet that it is going to be more than just 70 minutes of training. The last piece you're missing is some drills or ideas to get you started. If you don't have access to a field, watch this video to see how you can improve at home. But if you can go to the field, then watch this video to get a 30-minute workout you can use for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.